Alright, so what's up guys? So we are out here on the run out here doing this craziness for all of you guys to simply sit back, watch, and enjoy. And without further ado, we will dive into today's topic, and that is public speaking. Oh my god, this is a scary one for many. I know for me, growing up, I feared public speaking so much. I was so afraid of it. Oh my god. Like any word of a presentation or a talk, those ideas scared me. Right? I was so afraid to simply get up and talk in front of people. So, don't worry, because we will give you 4 tips to improve your public speaking so you can work on it and improve it, because I still am, and it's one of the most valuable skills you can have going forward in 2021, because in fact public speaking is one of the most feared things in the world, right along with heights and spiders and death and a bunch of scary things. People fear public speaking so much, and that even goes into tip number 1. It should detract you from that fear, because you got to realize when you're going out and doing those speeches, that's public speaking arrangements, a lot of people are afraid of it. Most people are, in fact. So just by knowing that, it's not going to make you feel so judged, right? Because oftentimes when we go up there and we give these talks, we could feel almost like we're under a microscope in a sense, right? They're analyzing our every word, right? Our facial expressions, our body language, everything, right? So much to think about. And, it can drive you crazy, right? And sitting in the audience is a whole different experience than being up there and doing it. So you got to remember that just going up there, you're doing awesome, right? You're doing something that so many people are afraid of, right? You're like a daredevil. And from that, all you could do is good, right? Because you've already won by simply going up there. So you might as well try your best, right? And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But if it does, great. But just know that the simple act of doing it, of getting up there and speaking, is gonna set you apart from everybody in the audience who aren't doing the same thing as you and probably can. So, if you get any criticism from them, just understand, that they're not doing what you're doing, right? Make sure it's from people that have been in their shoes, right? That wanna, go up and speak in front of other people, because, they will know better, right? It's very easy for people to judge you, right? When you're just going up there and speaking. But, it's a hard thing for many especially. So, just understanding that will, set you apart. It'll make you realize, that you shouldn't be so hard on yourself, right? You shouldn't be your own worst enemy in a sense, right? Because that's what you're doing by judging yourself so hard, right? You can be your best friend, right? Try to be your best friend, right? Motivate yourself, right? Tell yourself that you can do it. And, that's the second tip, right? Be your best friend, because it's your choice whether or not, you feel great about this or not. One example is before or after the Olympics, a certain number of athletes were interviewed, and the reporters asked them, are you nervous about, running this race? And while that may make many people nervous, the answer that the runners gave was quite awesome. He said, no, I'm not nervous, I'm excited, right? And really think about that, right? Because when you feel nervous, try to tell yourself that you're excited, right? That you really want this, right? And that nervousness is there as a guide to tell you that what you're doing is awesome. It's important, right? You've got to do well, right? Bring your A game. And that doesn't mean to shrivel up in fear and run away and avoid it like the plague. No, you got to face it head on. Because when you're excited about something, I don't know about you, but it's like you're a kid on Christmas Day, right? You see the presents there, you can't wait to rip them open. So, when you have a talk or a speech to give, it's almost like that, right? Because anything can happen there, right? It's a surprise. It's something that can be super awesome for you, right? You have the opportunity to get up in front of others and simply let your voice be heard, right? And how great is that, right? Because oftentimes so many people have these great ideas and opinions and worldviews that simply don't get heard. And by you having that reframing, right? And that's the third tip as far as improving public speaking, is to reframe the entire scenario, right? Appreciate what it is that you're doing, right? It's freaking awesome that you have the opportunity to get up in front of other people and speak. It's not torture, right? It can seem like that, but you have the opportunity to impact others through your words, right? To give back. Approach it like that, right? Don't approach it like it's these people, these judges, right, scrutinizing you and almost like your enemies in a sense. They're your friends, right? You're giving them something valuable, right? And it's your information, right, about whatever it is that you're talking about. And they're there for you. They're supporting you. You're not speaking to an empty room, because without them, it wouldn't be impactful, right? You'd just be saying the same nonsense over and over again to yourself. And it's not very useful. So realize that what you're doing and giving this speech is awesome, right? It's great. It's good. And that should make you feel great about it. Excited, right? Ready to take it on. As far as approaching it like something torturous, which is what I definitely did growing up. And it wasn't good for me. I would lose sleep. I would worry so much. And all that worry and anxiety didn't lead to very good things. And over the years I started to reframe it and see it as something great, as a learning experience, right? Pass or fail, win or lose, I'm gonna get better, and I'm gonna have the opportunity to talk to other people. And it goes for tip number 4, and that is to approach it as simply a way to get better, right? Public speaking is simply just another way you can improve yourself. And if you approach it like that, if you understand that that's what's going on in the end, you're just gonna get better and better, right? You can't look at it so much as like a contest, right? You want to win first. You got to do your best. Oh my God, right? It's like the championship game. But you got to realize that even in those championship games, win or lose, you get experience. You get better. So the next time you make it there, you're probably going to do better. Right? If you hear that old, saying of playoff experience, it's true, right? A lot of the people in the NBA, NFL, who have been having, these games on these huge stages, understand, the magnitude of it, right? But they wouldn't be like that. They wouldn't be these seasoned vets without going through what they did, without playing these games over and over again. And win or lose, they got the experience. They got better. And while it may suck, right, it may feel terrible when you mess up in a presentation, which you probably will. I probably will continue to do so in the future, and I just did with my voice cracking, but realize that it's there to help you get better. Right? You realize that it's something that you can work on, right? When you fail, catch yourself. Understand that it's simply a marker for you to improve upon. And from that, you'll be able to work on yourself. And how exciting is it, to get good at something, right? To be bad at something or okay and then become exceptional, right? It's now fun to just be born, a great speaker and just give the speeches, right? It may be good, fun for a while, but the growth really isn't there. So by you going out and practicing and honing those skills, you're gonna love it. You're gonna see growth. You're gonna develop to an awesome man or woman that you probably never thought was possible. I never thought this was possible. I was so afraid to give a talk and speak in front of others. And, eventually I started to lose that fear. I'm still working on losing it today. And, for these 4 tips that we gave, we hope that you're able to improve your public speaking, as it is such a valuable skill for 2021. Oh my gosh. It is very important, very crucial for your, success in business and life going forward. So, without further ado, we say thank you for watching and goodbye.